There is a power inside you that most people never discover. It is not money, not strength, not intelligence, and not luck. It is the power to control your thoughts. This power is silent. It works in the background of your life, shaping your emotions, your decisions, and your future without asking for permission. And whether you realize it or not, this power is already controlling your life, either consciously or unconsciously. Your thoughts are always working. Even when you are quiet, even when you are resting, even when you are asleep, your mind is active. It talks to you in a voice that feels like your own. And because that voice sounds familiar, you trust it, you believe it, you follow it. But very few people ever stop to ask whether that voice is helping them or hurting them. The hidden danger is not negative thoughts themselves. The real danger is believing every thought without questioning it. Just because a thought appears in your mind does not mean it is true. Just because your mind says you can't does not mean you actually can't. Thoughts are suggestions, not commands. But when you don't control them, they start giving orders. Most people are not limited by their circumstances. They are limited by their thinking. They imagine failure before they try. They imagine rejection before they speak. They imagine loss before they begin. And slowly, their imagination becomes their reality. The mind is powerful because it creates meaning. Two people can experience the same situation. One sees opportunity, the other sees danger. One grows, the other gives up. The situation is the same, the thoughts are different, and thoughts change everything. The hidden power of thought control is understanding that your mind can be trained. Just like your body becomes stronger with exercise, your mind becomes stronger with discipline. But discipline is uncomfortable. It requires awareness. It requires effort. And most people would rather stay mentally lazy than emotionally uncomfortable. Uncontrolled thoughts lead to overthinking. Overthinking leads to anxiety. Anxiety leads to fear. Fear leads to inaction, and inaction slowly kills potential. Not because you are incapable, but because your thoughts convinced you that you are. Your mind loves comfort. It wants safety. It wants familiarity. That is why it resists change. That is why it brings up doubts when you try something new. That is why it reminds you of past failures when you want to move forward. The mind is not designed for growth. It is designed for survival. Growth requires conscious control. When you do not control your thoughts, your past controls you. Regret repeats itself. Mistakes replay again and again. Guilt becomes a permanent background noise. But the past no longer exists. It only lives in your thoughts. And every time you replay it, you give it power over your present. The future can also become a prison if your thoughts are uncontrolled. Imagining worst-case scenarios, creating problems that do not exist yet, living in fear of things that may never happen. Anxiety is nothing more than imagination without discipline. Thought control does not mean forcing positivity. It does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means seeing reality clearly without emotional distortion. It means responding instead of reacting. It means choosing logic over impulse. Your thoughts create your emotional state. Your emotional state controls your behavior. And your behavior builds your life. If you want to change your life, you don't start with motivation. You start with thought control. Strong people are not people without negative thoughts. They are people who don't let negative thoughts stay. They notice them. They question them. And they replace them with stronger thoughts. Awareness is the first step. You must observe your thinking. What do you tell yourself when you fail? What do you think when things don't go your way? What story do you repeat about yourself? That story becomes your identity. If you constantly think you are behind, you will always rush. If you constantly think you are weak, you will avoid challenges. If you constantly think you are unlucky, you will stop trying. Your brain believes repetition, not truth. The hidden power is learning to interrupt destructive thought patterns. When a negative thought appears, don't fight it emotionally. Ask it questions. Is this thought useful? Is it based on facts or fear? Will believing this thought help me move forward? Most thoughts collapse under questioning. They only survive when you accept them blindly. Silence is a powerful tool. In silence, thoughts slow down. Clarity appears. That is why disciplined people value quiet moments. A calm mind sees solutions that a noisy mind cannot. Control your thoughts when you are tired, because that is when weakness speaks the loudest. Control your thoughts when you fail, because that is when self-doubt attacks. Control your thoughts when you are angry, because emotions lie during intensity. The mind tries to protect you by exaggerating danger, but growth lives beyond protection. Your inner voice should guide you, not punish you. Discipline is not self-hate. Discipline is self-respect. You correct your mind the same way a strong leader corrects a team, with firmness, not cruelty. Mental freedom is not about having no problems. It is about having control even when problems exist. Life will always be uncertain. People will disappoint you. Situations will test you. But thought control keeps you steady. When you control your thoughts, you stop reacting to everything. You stop taking everything personally. You stop letting temporary emotions make permanent decisions. This is the hidden power that separates leaders from followers, calm minds from anxious minds, disciplined people from broken ones. You don't need to control the world. You don't need to control other people. You only need to control your thoughts. And when you do, your emotions fall in line. Your actions become focused. Your life becomes intentional. This power is not loud. It does not announce itself. but it quietly shapes your destiny every single day. Master this power, and you master yourself. And when you master yourself, nothing outside you can control you. This is the hidden power of thought control.